video, my 30-day series where I'm supposed to be like applying the psychological principles to my life, or at least talk about some subject involved with that. Well, I think today we'll talk about the psychology of dogs. And as far as like Jungian, can I really think about how it fits into Jungian? Well, I don't know, except for the fact about, like maybe the idea of feeling of empathy, feeling your way into life. I don't know, maybe the flow of the dog is, it's beautiful, and the way they kind of flow themselves. And also you could think about maybe, okay, well, one of the main things is, now I said this the other day to my friend, and by the way, we're kind of just right over, we're taking the back way into Jay Cooke State Park, and anyway, now I said to I might not be able to keep the camera right on the dog the whole time, but we'll see. And then, but there's gonna be lots of walking and stuff along. So, so it's just a glorified dog walking video. But at least by talking about some Jungian psychology or whatever else I throw in, right, then that might be enough to make it a little different than the other millions of dog walking videos out there. Plus, Sarg is definitely the cutest, aren't you, buddy? Now, Sarg, in case you guys don't know, I'm going to show you in a second, is actually... Oh, hold on, put the phone down. Might be a cop here. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I hadn't been up here. I didn't know this is like a nice overpass here. Okay. Oh, there's a bridge right there. Okay, well, maybe I'll check this out sometime. I think I'm just going to go to the regular main swinging bridge area. Actually, I didn't go down. This is the way Google selected for me. I didn't know about this way. But I didn't know there's like this gravel road. This is kind of interesting, but it might be, but it's only a little bit of a gravel road, so it might actually, I'd have to see if it's actually is kind of the faster way. But okay, yeah, because you avoid like some of these couple lights and stuff, and some traffic. Okay. Now, of course, this is just, I'm just going here to Jay Cooke State Park just right before work, real quick, because I was in the area a little early, so I took more of the quicker way. But actually, probably the best way to really would be to come up, from the bottom up there from the down there by Fond du Lac, and then come up that big hill and everything along the St. Louis River. So anyway, Sargy Poo. Yeah. So I don't know if, in case I hadn't mentioned it, Sarge, for anybody who knows him, unfortunately he's kind of like my one-eyed pirate doggy right now. So he had something like some kind of like glaucoma or something with a cataract or something. I don't know. It's probably one of those things where if it was a human, maybe would have been worth saving the eye, because like then they could tell like if you could still see and stuff. But anyway, so yeah, he had to have his eye removed, and but he's happy. I mean, dogs, they could be happy because they're more in the moment. At least it seems like. I said it to my friend the other day. He's like, how do you know that's true? I was like, oh yeah. It's like, what do you think about it? Maybe that is something we say, but at least it seems to be true. They're happy. So here we are. We've been going to Jay Cooke State. Let me slow down here. Come up to the entrance up here. Anyway, so we're almost at the. Oh wait. Oh no, we're not at the swinging bridge area yet. Okay, or not the. Anyway. Yeah, so just enjoying a nice day here. Oh yeah, I guess it's not like I gotta film the entire way there. Okay, so the next shot is gonna have Sargy. Let's give it to the dogs. Yeah, let's give our dogs a hand. Oh, hope that's not copyright. Just come up with my little quick parody song. All right, so here we are at Jay Cooke State Park, and I forgot that it was actually today. Since I was working today, I kind of forgot today was Saturday, but so it's pretty busy here today. But there's a lot of times at Jay Cooke. Well, it's also the middle. It's August 1st too, but there's a lot of times I've come here where there's not many people. But anyway. But there's a lot of closer by places you can go to that wouldn't have as, like that Olenberg overpass is a good one. Not near as many people go to that one, I don't think. All right, so anyway, but here we are. We're talking about dogs, yeah. So they like to just kind of sniff a little bit. It's their instinctive thing, which is why a dog, even with one eye, can still be pretty happy, right, buddy? Because you get your sense of smell. And yeah, buddy. Okay, first thing I need to do is find a bag here, where the bag station is. Oh, yeah, there's a bridge down there. Okay, we're not going to spend too much time filming that, though. What's up, buddy? Alright, buddy. Yeah, so one of the first things dogs is like, I guess why we like them, obviously because we can make them happy, you know. Maybe it's not so easy to make like a person happy, but we know we can make our dog happy with a few things, which is mostly just being around and giving attention. Dogs just love that, look for that trail. You can just imagine what it is. Their world is just filled with these smells. Don't seem to be worried about whatever, you know. Even if they're slower or whatever, it's getting older, but still, it's not like they're thinking, oh, have I wasted my life? Am I getting old? Am I gonna, you know, something like that. At least, yeah, okay, as far as we know. Oh, a little bit about the history of Sarg. So Sarg came from this animal hoarding thing. It was this town that was in the Ozarks, not too far from Lake the Ozarks, but not like right on the lake where it'd be like valuable. But anyway, came from this lady who had like 10 dogs in there. Anyway, so she came from this broken down trailer with all this trash. This lady had like 10 dogs in there, and then anyway, a lot of other stuff. They weren't being treated. I mean, obviously it was a bad situation. They weren't even being treated all that well. Let me just real quick. Let's just look at Sarge's rescue videos. Actually, 2 videos here from the APA. They're both real short here. That looks like that's car. Yeah, that looks like Sarge right there. But it's kind of hard to tell. It's a blurry thing, or that could be Sarge there too. But anyway, it might be. You can see all the dogs. His brothers and sisters look like kind of like Chihuahua mixes. It's really crappy looking place, but it gets worse. Okay, here we go. Yeah, they found it was during January. Yeah, gun just sitting there. Okay, here's some big buttons. That's Ken there. Guy who rescued him. I think there's more shots of Sarge in the other video. Ken, like Sarge. Oh, hey, boy. And oh yeah, okay, that's right. That's Peppers. I did have another picture he sent me of, yeah, Peppers. He said like Sergeant and Peppers. He says he named them because he said he was coming up with like names from bands. He said, oh, Sergeant and Pepper. And at first I didn't like the name Sergeant, but after it kind of grew on me. And then I thought it was kind of nice too, especially to keep the name that came from the resting place from the guy who named him. You know, it's kind of. Sergeant Pooh. Starts in the back. That Peppers. Right here. Hey, Sergi. Get this. My best buddy there. Okay, and then here's Big Paw Rescue Trapping. That was a guy who he works for the APA. Well, I think he works for the APA and other places, but it's his own thing. But he works with them, and he'll sometimes then give the dogs he rescues to the APA. So there's him, Big Paw Rescue Trapping. And here's, for example, one of the videos here that he did where it showed like, okay, here, see how like it shows like all the time they had to go like to try to finally get the dog to get comfortable with actually going in the cage. This big dog. I don't know how hard it was to get Sarg. It might not have been too hard with him, but see that some of these dogs, and then but once they start eating, they have to still like, unless someone's around to set the thing off, and they still gotta wait till someone comes back. So usually they wait till they get them on film, and they know like, okay, then they know like about what time of the day they come there, and then trapping night one. Let's see. Nope. It's too long here, I guess. Night two. Further. There you go. So what the heck? Turn around. What the heck's going on? And then let's. Shortly after that, some people come and they help out. That's like a fun part. There you go. Buddies, hey. Buddies, hey. Hey. Yeah, funny how dogs. What's your Jeff? Baby. Oh, yeah. Don't care. Oh, yeah. Trying to see like where actually is. Did they put like the dog bag station? I can't find it. Okay. Oh well, I guess it's because I was really looking to find. Okay. Actually, let's go this way for a second. Okay. Oh, I don't know if this is actually a trail or if this just ends here. Oh, okay, never mind. This is just more of a little picnic area here. Oh, I can go this way. I hadn't been this way before. Anyway, so get to some shade in a second, buddy. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. And then what happened is, so I think this place didn't even have. It was in Missouri, so at least it doesn't get as cold as, or maybe they wouldn't have even been able to survive it. Apparently, there was no heat in the trailer and everything. Anyway, so then apparently the lady then she gets injured, and then like the social services, police or whatever get called. And then anyway, and then they end up like so they end up then needing to nice gray rock. You can see it's got like those stripes in it. Anyway, and then so then what ended up is they had to come along like some people to rescue them and stuff and everything to take care of the dogs. And some of them they were able to just take away, no problem. But then some of them like Sarg and a few other ones, because it kind of seemed like, oh yeah, it was probably a thing where they were kind of running. Maybe she left the door open and they were kind of running in and out or something like that a lot. And that's a nice big tree there, by the way. Don't really see too many like pines that big like that in Minnesota anymore. Most of the big trees like that got cut down. But anyway, so anyway, then what happened was, so then it was an interesting story that, it was just that, so him and some of the guys, this dogs ran away, and I guess probably were hanging out probably kind of close to the thing, but whatever, it's hard to catch a dog, right, without hurting him. So what they had to do is there was this guy named Ken from this place called Big Paw Rescue was the name of it, and it's something that he started himself, his own rescue thing, where he basically specializes in finding these dogs in a lot of these places out in the country and stuff, around, kind of like in the Ozarks, a lot of it and stuff like that, maybe within a couple hours of St. Louis, where he has to set up traps, and so he has a whole thing, and he's got videos you can go take a look at that. But he's got a good channel. But set up these live traps, and I guess somebody has to actually be near to like, has to be like close enough to operate the thing and make sure that visually. Well, that's an interesting question. I should ask him, like, I wonder about AI. You think you could get where the AI could now be trusted to? I'm going to put that comment on his page. Like, I hadn't talked to him for a while. Like, hey, you think that we'll get to the point where the AI could let you know for sure if it really is a dog, so somebody doesn't have to monitor it as much? But I don't know. Okay, buddy, have some water. Back in the car here, buddy. Wah, hee hee. But of course, the best thing about dogs is that you get to pet them and cuddle with them all the time. They're just your happy little buddy. And today, for example, okay, today's cool enough that I'm going to take him to work, but it'll be, I have a place, I keep the windows open there, and then after, I think about, like, probably about 6 o'clock usually, I think that there's shade in that area, but I mean, that's the thing, I hadn't been able to bring him to work lately, but that's why I got to eventually get a hybrid instead of this thing, because, and also a van would be better for having him hang out, but no, I think he likes it. I thought about it a lot. I think he likes it. He gets to see me more and everything, you know, despite any downside of that he, yeah, maybe a bigger dog wouldn't like, you know, doing that, but, and that is what a van life person would have to do, right? So they'd have to have, maybe, I guess, yeah, sometimes even here in Duluth, it might be so hot, maybe they got to get like a third shift job so they could, you know, I mean, yeah, the hybrid, one of those, I mean, obviously it's still going to be, those are going to be more expensive and everything, you know, depending on what you're getting, but, you know, but definitely, like, it's a, you know, the whole, like, climate control thing by itself is, like, makes them worth getting, you know. I mean, assuming that they all work the way, like, the Toyota hybrids do, you know. So, oh, you need some more cool air, buddy? Okay. Anyway, just happy Sargy poo. Not turning your blind eye toward me, buddy. Woohoo! Does that feel good? Just kind of got some water in there. He just kind of put some water in his face, kind of getting a little slicky poo. Oh yeah, he's a good boy, aren't you, buddy? Good old Chihuahua.
Hey, I'm happy. Yo quiero taco bear.
Yeah. So then he just look. I mean, he does look like a Chihuahua. That face, does he? With ears and stuff. Yeah. I mean, it's like, you know. Yeah. I mean, obviously he's a mix. Like, there's a lot of Chihuahua mixes. They definitely got like. I should get like a DNA test once, right, buddy? Yeah. To see. Hey, buddy. All right. I get going now to work, buddy. We'll be getting some burgers. Yeah, when you're just hanging in your car, good sleepy buddy's just happy to be there.
Okay, I'm probably sleeping in there. So how am I talking to you? I don't know. This is John.
It's a little later. John's coming out for break for his work. Let's see. Oh. Yep, I'm sleeping there like a good old buddy. Dude, got my... Oh no, actually even got your... Hey, buddy! So I guess he doesn't even mind, like, having, like, his blind eye up when he's sleeping. Okay, buddy, we're taking a walk.
Okay, come on, John. Let's get going.
Okay. So I park over here so that I can keep my windows down and still be where I can see if someone's going to break in or not, you know. And now, of course, there's only a certain temperature range where that works. Probably like, you know, up to about maybe 75 at the most or something. You know, I don't know. I'm just saying. But as far as, yeah, I mean, but at least you know that if you have the windows open that much, I mean, it's not going to get like hotter than like, it's not going to get much hotter than like the at least the ambient temperature. So, you know, so I got to be careful about that. And then once it's this time of night, now he's in the shade. And then soon, like, the sun will be completely down. But yeah, so now he's good. And also, I was getting here kind of late in the. Come on, Sarge, let's go this way, buddy. This way, buddy. Hey, Sarge, come on. I don't know why he doesn't want to go here sometimes, but this is a nice path. It's just a nice path that we made for Sarge's nice little woodland experience. This is technically like the property of the church next here, but you know they don't really care. I've seen people sometimes walk their dogs back here, but I thought, oh, it'd be kind of cool to make a little path back here now. This path has actually stayed pretty good now, because what it was, I mean, there might have been a little bit of an animal trail or something, but I basically just kept improving. And I think I was about the only guy who was coming through here, but it looks like maybe somebody may have been through here lately. I don't know. I mean, because it looks like it's still still looks pretty good. It's not really got too many encroachments and stuff. Some places the grass is growing in here, but, you know, but mostly, yeah. So it's a short little path, a little fun path. It was just, I thought it was a fun idea to see if I could just kind of like make a path and to see if like other people would kind of like walk on it and kind of keep it going, you know, like, you know, and it kind of, sometimes I'm afraid to go a little too far this direction because I don't want to, I mean, I don't think the church would really care, but just in case, I'd rather just avoid being too visible. So, you know, that's why I might avoid coming up to here too much if I think there's people around, you know. So, no, I mean, they might say, oh, great, you know, but you're always, I guess that's afraid, if you're afraid that someone might. So anyway, all right, so here we are. We're talking about dogs, so. Yeah, dogs. All right, so Sarge doesn't always want to go back here. I guess he wants to go somewhere out there, but it's just whatever he's smelling, you know. But this is one of the nicest McDonald's around. This is Proctor McDonald's, so right next to Spirit Mountain. This is one of the most scenic McDonald's, so at least I can kind of, I mean, come here early a lot and kind of hang out, just kind of like read some stuff, watch the videos, and just kind of think, you know. Anyway. But yeah, I've mentioned before on the channel, my ultimate thing is to get, because right now I got this truck that I inherited from my dad, and it's good, but my main thing is eventually I want to get like a hybrid, so then I can just, it'll be a lot easier to bring Sarge or whatever future dog, you know, with me everywhere and keep him in the, I mean, not that it's, I guess it's possible that not every dog might be as good as Sarge as far as being in the car, but you know, but he's an adventure dog. Hey buddy. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know we had some raspberries here. Sometimes I do eat some of the fiddleheads, the ferns in there. I think now they're probably too big now, but anyway. Yeah, just a nice walk around here, buddy. Yeah, I'm closing. I got to work till 12 o'clock, so, you know, that's okay. But that's good, because otherwise I would have got home and then, you know, it would have been a while before I would have got him to, like, want to come out for a walk, so now I can kind of have it all done before I get home, so, you know. Anyway. This 30-day YouTube miniseries is a psychological experiment using Jungian psychology to live better and experience more this summer. I'm not a psychologist, just a layman looking to apply Jungian principles to life. I'm starting with the idea that the unconscious mind is very smart and tells us things. And believing in this, I drove up to Hibbing, Minnesota, and I found that 4 locations in Hibbing, Minnesota corresponded quite well to 4 different principles called the Hibbing Quaternity. The first one is the Hibbing Ghost Town, which the characteristics is you feel the echo of the past as the wind flows down established paths. This represents unconscious voice being in the center of a moving circle, the mother archetype, home, center, castle, etc. Character I'm coming up with here to explain it is Nellie, the ghost sheepdog mom who circles the area, protects and guides. The Greyhound Museum has to do with travel and also the Jungian idea of beauty as a way of mentally feeling your way into physical objects and flowing into life in general, flowing beauty, mentally becoming part of the object. The character here I'm coming up with is Flows With It, which is a Native American cartoon character who has a magic canoe, finds all past, glides over, portage just flows into life. Now the ore pit, it represents all the smallness of the individual, abstraction, and the way to in making the world simpler, more understandable. Connections, the beauty of symmetry, the beauty of maps, beauty of mathematics. And this is supposed to be Laser Nash. Doesn't look like him that much, but anyway, it's like John Nash with his cup sending out all these laser beams across, dividing the world, trying to find that order in the chaos from A Beautiful Mind, if you haven't seen that movie. Bob Dylan's home. It represents stories, archetypes, wishing to become someone else. DJ Hat Trick, what he does is he gets people into the groove by putting different hats on and sending people into different paths. It's sort of like the way we do whenever we listen to a song, for example. Here's a simplified view of the Quaternity here that I'm going to be using for this 30-day adventure. And this is what it's going to more look like. I'm just going to do a simple sketch that I'll put in the video and then just kind of explain it like on a notepad like this to make it simpler so I can get it done, so I can do a video for 30 days. And so subscribe to get all 30 of those videos.